Starting pitching, home road splits, and they're extremely important in Major League Baseball. Earlier we talked about those posted by Noah Syndergaard, rookie right-hander of the Mets. In that particular contest, yeah, when you go through your handicap, you can find multiple edges for the Boston Red Sox, but then you run right into that buzzsaw of Noah Syndergaard having such an extreme home road split, home being the positive and him pitching at home today, that you wind up probably not playing a game like that as hard as you would like to. Here we got the Yanks and Atlanta. The Yankees have made their way pretty easily through the first two games. I mean, yesterday was 3-1, but Atlanta never really threatened them offensively. And once the Yanks turned the game over to Dylan Betances and Andrew Miller, pretty much lights out at that point. But today, Nate Eovaldi, a guy who's 13-2 for the Yankees this year, a guy who's gotten great run support from the Yankees this year, going to face Julio Teheran of Atlanta. The home road splits come into play here. Teheran at home this season, 7-1 with a 2.55 ERA. Teheran on the road this year, 2-5 with a 6.32 ERA. Talking about almost a full 4 runs worth of difference. Certainly worth backing Julio Teheran every time he takes the hill in Atlanta. However, you have the other disadvantages to the Braves here. The bullpen, certainly overmatched by the Yankees bullpen. Now, Dylan Betances threw 26 pitches yesterday. Available, I would say, on a very, very limited basis. Maybe 10, 12 pitches tops out of him. But Andrew Miller, certainly available for the Yanks. Atlanta's bullpen just different than it's been in the past few years. Very young, not very dependable. So Yanks hold the edge there. Offensively, huge edge toward New York. Atlanta, one of the poorest offenses in Major League Baseball this season. Of course, Freddie Freeman's been in and out of the lineup for the most part. Over the course of the last 7 days, Braves have hit the ball a little bit better, 257 average. But against Eovaldi today, that lineup finds it tough against anybody. So certainly they'll find it tough against a guy who throws on average the hardest fastball of anybody in Major League Baseball. Eovaldi clocks in around 96 to be number one as far as average velocity with the fastball is concerned. A lot of reasons to play the Yankees to sweep here. Obviously, they're in the pennant race. They're trying to win that division against Toronto. Atlanta's building for the future, not showing much interest in this year, but that home road split number from Teheran immediately backs me off the game. The only way I could possibly look at this one was from a total standpoint. The game opened 7 over minus 120. Little action on this game, down to 7 over minus 15. Some places 7 pick 'em. So there's not an overwhelming amount of action in this contest, but I kind of like that number. The Yanks come into Atlanta, lose their DH, squeak out a 3-1 win yesterday, which shows you that low-scoring games certainly are possible in this particular series. You know that Atlanta is not going to get a bunch of runs off of Eovaldi, and you can almost be certain Teheran's not going to give up a lot of runs here because of his home road split. The problem for me becomes if the Yankees get into the Atlanta bullpen, do they erupt late? One of those 5-run 8th innings that throws the game over the total. I think a flyer can be taken on this game under 7 runs. Wouldn't want to make even a small play on it. I would go reduce it to like one of those I'm going to watch the game on TV type of plays. I do think it could stay under here, but once again, Julio Teheran's home road splits, his home number is just too good to ignore here. Don't like the game. Yanks are currently at minus 148. That's about the average. They opened minus 175. So you can see bettors have moved it between 25 and 30 cents toward the Braves. And I'll tell you, that's simply based on the fact that Teheran's been so dominant at home.